Top of the afternoon, everybody. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that like button for me before we begin. So, what we're going to talk about today is a person that a lot of people kind of left in the mud, left where when they seen him doing bad, left basically just saying wash their hands of him. He's had some shenanigans over the years. He's dealt with some difficult situations. He's had some vices. There's been a lot of things going on with him. But the person we're talking about is Messy Marv, okay? A.K.A. Marvin Watson. So, Marvin Watson, Messy Marv, he was out, I want to say, about way back in the 90s. He was doing shows in 93, doing shows with Too Short and Master P. 97 had him hard, man, 11 the key. Kenny Green and the Lime Green GS3. Yeah, he been out for a long time, bro. Since probably, I want to say that's 93 is when he started doing shows. I want to say like 91, 92, he began rapping, bro. As a kid. He was a kid rapping. So, a young guy. So, you probably heard of him come out with San Quinn, Explosive Mode. I want to say they probably had 3 explosive modes. And then just right now when he came home, he made another one with San Quinn, the Explosive Mode 4, if I'm not mistaken. He had Explosive Mode. He had Turf Politics. Let's see what else he had. Explosive Mode, Turf Politics, Bonnie and Clyde with Jessica Rabbit, Mescaline, Bandanas, Tattoos, and Tongue Rings. I think that was a 1 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. Draped Up and Chipped Out. I think that was 2 volumes. He got some stuff with the White Boy D's or something like that. Easy D. I forget his name, something like that. He's from Seattle, actually. Well, he's from a suburb of Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. But he's from the Seattle area. He got some stuff with, of course, Messy Slick. That's one of his hardest, if you ask me. That's like in the top, probably 10 Messy Marv CDs. Shout out Messy Slick. He got what else he got? Bro, he got hella albums, bro. Probably 30 albums or something like that. He got one with Mozzie. No, he got one with Mozzie. He got he's really certified in the music game. Now, he's been doing it a long time. There's been a lot of speculation about him. He kind of lost a lot of favor amidst a few things. So as you guys know, he's from the Bay Area, right? Maybe some people say he's not from Frisco, whatever. He been there since he was a kid, bro. You ask me, he's from Frisco, right? So he's from Fillmore, right? The Fillmore district, right? So you got Fillmore Street, Fillmore district, uptown, downtown. Okay, so anyway, he's from over that way, right? So long time ago, he used to be rapping with what's his name? There was something with him and JT the Bigger Figure. I don't know, but JT he runs his mouth a lot, so it's hard to say what's what with JT. I don't really know, if I'm being totally honest. Anyway, then he had the little thing with San Quinn, blah blah blah. Then that was cool. Then after the fact with him and San Quinn, and it was, I want to say, like early 2000s, he started basically pushing that red bandana. He started he was like a blood now, right? So, as you know, San Francisco, they don't got Bloods, they don't got Crips, they don't got none of that. You feel me? They got blocks, they got areas, they got projects, they got Sunnydale, they got Fillmore, they got all the different areas, but they don't have Bloods and Crips, right? That's not their thing. It's like not. They're from the Bay Area. That's a Southern California thing and a Valley, Northern California thing. That's not in the Bay, really. Maybe even now a little bit, but not even like that, really. So anyway, he became Blood, whatever, but it was kind of subtle at first, and then everybody's like, bro, how you a Blood? You feel me? But anyway, I guess whatever situation. All I know, he did a CD with Prince Bugsy out of, I want to say he's out of Baton Rouge or Shreveport, Louisiana. I think it's Baton Rouge. He did a CD with him called Gorilla Red. That joint's hard. Chevys and Lax. That good. Yeah. Anyway, he did that song, right? That CD, pardon me. And he came back and he was just a dumb move. I don't know. But so whatever the situation, so he pushed Bonnie Hunters, whatever. So that's what he want to do. That's what he want to do. You feel me? They accept him. I remember when I was in Susanville with somebody. His name was Jay Stone or something like that. He's from Bonnie Hunters. And then they were like, what happened if Messy Marv come in? You gonna ride, like, that's the homie. You feel me? So he accepted him. You feel what I'm saying? So who's anybody else? Who are we? Who's you and me and whoever else to say something about it? They accept that's where you're from. You feel me? So anyway, so there was a little controversy over that, but I feel like people kind of got over that. People kind of like, were like, oh, that's what I'm from Washington, right? So back in the day when I was young, I thought there was all bloods, because they'd be like saying blood. You feel me? We're not from the Bay. We from Seattle, so they'd be like blood. So we just thought there was all blood. So I'm like, oh, he's blood. Then until I really like kind of like catch up on his, you feel me, legacy or whatever, then I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, whatever the situation, that's what he want to do. That's what you want to do, right? So there's gonna be people that got something to say about it, but there's gonna be people that got something to say about everything. So anyway. Let me first and foremost, let me say whatever I say that may be not as favorable to Mess in this video. In no way, shape, or form is it to demean him, to lower his whatever. I grew up on Mess. I got love for Mess and his music and the whole everything he like. I like Mess, bro. I mean, maybe I don't like some of the bullshit that has came after the fact, but I'm a Mess fan and I have been since I was a kid or a young dude, like 20 years plus probably, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, so so then there was like some little stuff whatever where, so okay, everybody talk about he started smoking, bro. One thing Mess has, and he'll tell you, he been doing that. Like that's something that he's been doing, right? That's been a long time. That was way back during the Reno thing. He was smoking coke then. You feel me? Like, and he'll tell you, like, yeah, he's like, especially when you get high, he starts popping this little shit. He's like, yeah, smoke coke, that's a Fillmore tradition. You know, and I know we'll say that drug kind of made his little, he didn't used to like this. He didn't used to talk like this. Like, he got that weird, like, he didn't used to talk like that, right? He like, was, right, Mess was player, bro. When he was young, especially disobey-ish, all these, man, that boy was player. You feel me? He's different states. You know what I'm saying? Messing with Flip, you know, and Houston, or yeah, from Houston, messing with Flip. He messing with cats in Seattle. Seattle love Mess. He over there, you know, send me what's it? Oakland, New York. I sat down in New York. They couldn't do nothing for me. They just want somebody they control with no money. Fuck that. Yeah. Nebraska, he's everywhere, bro. He was really a boy at one point in time. He was a boy out there at one point in time. He was doing his thing. He was known for, you know, the drugs maybe kind of diminish his mental health to a degree, and I feel like his mental health kind of dwindled a little bit. But anyway, so the situation happened with Reno. You know what I'm saying? He gets mollywop with the blammer. So he went out there with this dude that was from what's that place called? It's in the Bay. Berkeley. He went out there with this dude from Berkeley. He was supposed to do a show with him. I forget his name, but he had all this little negative stuff said about him, whatever. But whatever the situation, some people come to the hotel room. There's speculation on what it could be. Who knows? Whether they were selling him dope or not, we'll never know unless he says it. But he opens the door for him. Bam, bam. That mollywop with the split his whole little issue open, right? Split him open. You know, stitch his whole thing up. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may or may not have seen the video where they had him taking out the earring. He was like halfway conscious, not conscious. He's taking out the earring. It was looking bad. You know what I'm saying? There was, you ain't no blood, blah, blah, blah. There had all this. And I mean, what could you really have done if you didn't have Blammer? You just got off the plane. Obviously, you ain't got it. You feel me? So, what? Yeah, it's just the loss that he took, whatever. So anyway, they stripped him off his little stuff, put the thing online, blah, blah, blah. That was that. He ended up suing Circus, I think, for that, right? He ended up suing Circus for that and got some money for that, if I'm not mistaken, right? So anyway, yeah. So moving forward, right? You know, he's in and out the jails, and he going to jail. He going to jail in different places. He ended up catching like a little out of state thing in I want to say Georgia or Texas, I think it was. But then he had some situations in Georgia and Fulton County. Yeah, he was going through some things, man. Anyway, he ended up getting like 3 or 5 or something like that. He ended up doing that. I caught wind to him. Mind you, I've been listening to Mess way disobeyed, man. Damn tattoos and tongue rings, Messy Slick. Rubber Duck, like I know a lot of his albums, bro. I could say Two to the Neck, Two Drinking, Masculine, bro. I can name a lot of his albums, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I think that he did? So yeah, he ended up going to jail and all that stuff. But prior to him going to jail, or no, after him going to jail, right? After him going to jail, he had dropped this mixtape, if I'm not mistaken. He had a 5-album deal for, obviously his show, his name wasn't as valuable as that once was. He had a 5-album deal for only like 150 G's or something like that. It was still marked for death, I think 1 through 5. So obviously 150,000, that's not a big, like you would probably be scraping that off of one mixtape digitally. But being that you're in the situation you're in, you're doing it on the phone, whatever. But anyway, he has some songs on there: sex, money, murder, sex, money, murder. Yeah. Now, here's where I started to disagree with a couple of his. Like, if you want to do drugs, blah, 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 that's on you, bro. That's on you, right? But when I start to disagree with some of the stuff you do is when things like this start happening. Number one, you're from the Bay, bro. All these people were your peers. You know what I'm saying? Fody was your peer. Schultz was your peer. You understand me? JT, the Big Figure, was your peer at one point in time. Although I don't think really too many people from the Bay really like him either at this point. But Jacka, Jacka was like, come on, that's Jack, bro. Rahimullah. You know what I'm saying? Mac Dre. You know what I'm saying? All the whole Thiz Nation. San Quinn. Like, you haven't fallen out one by one or group by group. Filthy Rich. You haven't fallen out with all these people one by one, like by one. And so, first and foremost, even for, you know how many people you influence, bro? Don't you know I was like 18, 19 years old, listening to your, you feel me? Like, I'm old. I'm 40. You feel me? So, for that to be the case, like, but it's a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, your name rings bells. So, for you to, like, one by one fall out with all these people who we also grew up to love and, you know what I'm saying, we adore their music. That sounds a little weird. Normal, but yeah, we like their music. We love the movement. So for you to also have like falling outs with all these people one by one, so it's Dre and it's, well, you didn't really, you did a song and then you said something about not saying rest peace Mac Dre. Then they asked you about Jack and he was like, he basically like belittled it. Then you had something to say about Fab, Mr. Fab. Then you know what I'm saying, then you and Filthy Rich getting into it. And then you and Short, and then you got some slicks to say about 40, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's E40, bro. That's the ambassador of the Bay. When I think of the oldest cat in the Bay that's still doing it, 100% it's E40, 100% that's doing it on his level. Be Legit too, but he's his name is a little rings, but really Be Legit's a legend. Don't get me wrong, but E40 is the guy as far as his bro, this dude's doing it in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this 40. But he's saying something about E40 too short, he won't pass me the rock and all this. So he got something to say about everybody, bro. So it's like, this is where we start to take a turn with it. This is where we go from loving the individual and his music to just loving the music that he had put out. You know what I'm saying? This dude put out so much music, more than, bro, he was like a Lil Wayne of the Bay, bro. Like, he put out hella music. Like, this dude has so many albums. Like, I want to say, honestly, if I want to say this dude might have like at least like 30 something albums, like more than that maybe, bro. Hella mixed, like hella, bro. He got mixtape after mixtape, bro. He done work with Juvenile. You understand me? Wacko Skip, Birdman. He didn't work with Nate Dogg. He didn't work with Corrupt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't work with, of course, everybody pretty much out the Bay. He did stuff with Bugsy, Prince Bugsy. He did stuff with bro, everybody. Flip, Clover G's, all them. He got music with everybody, bro. There's a lot of people he got music with, and it just keeps going and going. D's or whatever his name is. He got music with, I want to say he got some stuff with Psycho out of Portland. He got bro, he's just all over the place. He got it with everybody. You feel what I'm saying? So, but we go from, once all this stuff gets a little bit messier and like a little, we go from, okay, yeah, we love messing. Now it's like, okay, we just love his music, whatever he going through right now. So anyway, fast forward, he ended up doing his little whatever in Texas. He came home. He's supposed to have signed with Burner. He said it's legit. I don't know. There's people maybe not co-signing that as much, but whatever the situation. So if that's true, he ended up getting like 200,000 from that, right? Bam, went his own way, cause something about 50. Cause he went on the KMEL radio show, whatever, and was talking about the whole thing with him and my boy Filthy, right? So he talking about, oh, Filthy paid me something about 8,000 or something like that for the song, some album or song or whatever. And then Filthy gets on. He was on tour. I remember this day because I used to keep up with this a lot. So Filthy's on tour in Arizona somewhere. Man, he must have gone on live. Like, bro, I paid you. I didn't pay you nothing. You feel me? If anybody paid you, the label paid you. I didn't pay you a damn thing. And if I'm not mistaken, the label paid you even less than that. You know what I'm saying? And so he ends up going in on him about that. And then he was just like, I'm done. At this point, this is why I don't mess with Messy Marv whatsoever. You feel me? He's this, that, and the third. Oh, and then this is what really, this right here. Once I seen this, I ain't gonna lie, I thought a little different of Mess. I'll be honest with you. Mind you, I grew up loving Mess, bro. I grew up on Mess, bro. He's a legend in the Bay. No one can compare. Like, there's people that can compare, but he, like, basically had the Bay for quite some time. All that time when E40, before he came out with all that little Atlanta stuff, when he went to Atlanta with Lil Jon, before that, he had a real long dry time. And in that time, bro, Mess was really keeping that Bay cracking. But, so, Young Cat was his boy, right? So they did little songs and stuff together. Young Cat didn't get Mess gang, little verses, whatever. It was all good. He was on, if I'm not mistaken, he was on the Still Marked for Death, one of them 5 albums, right? So, anyway, Young Cat says, hey, Miss, I'm trying to get a verse for this such and such. He said, yeah, send it to Walmart, Marvin Watson. Right? He was like, well, I ain't never charged you for a verse or been charged for a verse. Like, why we... He's like, and then he started messaging, I'm gonna charge a bitch though. And like, bro, that's your boy. He held you down the whole time. You feel me? He's giving you work. He's making sure you relevant. He was the one that kept your name kind of alive a little bit. And then, like, nah, bro, that wasn't it. That wasn't it, bro. You gotta show love to those who show love to you, especially in a situation like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He keeping your name popping. And then you gonna just get out and get somewhere on him. Like, nah, that's not fly, bro. That's not cool. So anyway, yeah, bro. So then that happened, whatever, and then supposedly he gets into it with Filthy. He was just, I'm telling you, bro, one by one. Oh, J Diggs, that ain't his partner no more. J Diggs want to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, bro, got something to say. Everybody got something to say about Mess at this point. It's an unfortunate thing, but yeah. And then on top of all that, right? He ends up signing with Mozzie. So mind you, remember I told you that Messy Marv is a legend, bro. And not just the Bay, Northern California, all over America for underground type of, right? But especially California, bro. Mozzie will tell you, bro. Even he said it in interviews before. I grew up on Mess. Mess formed my style, right? Mess formed my style, right? So with that, even though I feel like he's a little bit more versatile than Mess, right? But he said Mess formed my style. So he ends up signing Messy Marv, right? So he signed Messy Marv, gave him a little Mozzie chain, whatever, and then, you know, they put out, what was it called? Chow Time. Cool CD. Not the quality of Messy Marv's music that I'm used to, but it's still good, right? Messy Marv, because I say that to say, like, he's really usually got it all together on all his little, on all his, you know, on all his, like, albums. Everything's pretty well together. In this situation, it wasn't like, well, it was just like some of the shit he was saying wasn't making any sense. And I feel like he was just a little high off the rocks. You feel me? He pissing her back, pissing her back. All right, bro. Like, let's get to the mess that we know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they dropped Chow Time. Auntie said a bass rock. Yeah, all that. And then he just started, you know what I'm saying, smoking rubes again, and you didn't hear about him for a long time. You feel me? Now I ain't gonna say you didn't hear about him, but you're like, what's up with bro? Next thing you know, they pulling up on he over there in the homeless encampment in Richmond, California. So Granted, when he came home, he wouldn't got a condo like off the jump. You feel me? That's what he said. He signed with Mozzie. Next day, he went and got a condo, right? So, you didn't hear about this. You know, they pull up on him, bro. He trying to buy some rocks in front of a homeless encampment in Richmond, California, bro. In Tent City or something. And then someone else talking about they seen him at the homeless. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But it should be the drugs, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them drugs. Bro, especially you mix that black with that white, he off the meth and the smoking coke and the black, he central nervous system all weird. He talking out of his, like, bro, you mess, bro. You ain't got to do that. Like, what do you feel me? Yeah. So anyway, most recently, I guess after that, it was like here and there. And he tried to drop a couple little songs. There was one, I'll be honest with you, it was pitiful. It was pitiful. It was not even like, and he had a dude on there too, like actually kind of like co-signing him or something. Like, I was like, nah, bro, this not even, it didn't even sound like me. He's like, and he had a shirt off, he was looking all smoked out the game. Because, you know, Messi, he was like a little bit healthier, right? So he had a shirt off, he was looking all skinny, and he's like, like, what are you even talking about? You know, it's like, what like, I need a translator saying he talking like that. It don't even sound like the mess that we know, bro. It's not even the mess. It's not the mess we know. You know what I'm saying? Then he ends up getting somehow with like a robbery or something like that. He ended up getting tangled up. He's in such bad condition right now. So the drugs, yes. Mental health, bro. His mental health is not okay. His mental health is in a bad state, right? His mental health is in a bad state. He's in such of a bad state right now, he supposedly can't stand trial. Like, his mental health is not in the situation where, like, why are you, like, how are you even in that position? Even if you do, like, let's say you did get the 200, whatever Mozzie gave you. I don't think he really probably gave you too much, but let's say he gave you like 20 G's or 50 G's, if that the most. How, bro, it's $250,000, bro. How are you in that situation? And then you was going to St. Louis with Quinn, you know what I'm saying, messing with what you was messing with, like, so that you probably done flipped another 100 out there. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, I don't get it, bro. Some people, you give them the ball, they fumble it. But I don't know, bro. Anyway, so that's the situation with him. Most recently, he was in some video, just gray. His hair is all grayed out. He's talking like this. His face is skinny. You know what I'm saying? He's just not looking like the mess we know, man. And it's quite unfortunate, man, because the mess that we know, Messy Marv, Mescaline, Marvin Watson, bro, he was really like sick with it, bro. Bandanas, tattoos, and tongue rings. Disobey is draped up and chipped out. Rubber ducks. He got turf politics. Bro, he got too many CDs. He got, bro, albums upon albums upon albums. He got some with iRock out of San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. He got the one with T Netty. Bro, he got album after album after album after album after album, bro. Like, that's it. So, I don't know, man. At this point, what I expect and what I wish for him are two different things, you know. What I expect, because you got to remember, bro, Messy Marv is probably like pushing 50 years old at this point. So, what's likely? Yeah, bro, he's just going to be on and off drugs for probably the remainder of your life. You feel me? What I wish for him, I hope you get cleaned up and really get to pushing that music, get your show price up, get your name back up, drop a couple little situations. You know what I'm saying? Put a little just hair for men, whatever, brush that. You know, feel me? Like, you falling apart, bro, and you better than that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just my thoughts, man. You let me know what you think about Mess in the comments. That's the end of now. You know, I wish Messy Marv the best, but what I think is likely, it's unfortunate, man, that it's going to be in the situation, you know. So, anyway, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know if you got any feedback on it or anything like that. Give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Salute. Wish Messy Marv the best.